Hello there, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by for daily tarot predictions for Thursday, August the 23rd. Let's start with Aries. What you guys have coming up is the pole star. This is just telling me that you guys are doing something that just feels right. Everything about it feels right to you intuitively. So that's a way good place to be. Just you're following your intuition. Everything feels right. Doesn't necessarily mean everything's going smooth, but it just feels. The only way I know how to say it is it feels right. It feels like everything is just the way that it should be, and not like in a very not in a bad way, in a very comfortable way, like everything is the way it should be, not like as in a restricting way. It's really hard for me to actually put that into words now that I'm trying to. All right. Okay, well, Spirit's nudging me. I'm going to have to tell you the pool thing, the pool story. So for me, I grew up in the country, didn't really play a lot of pool. When I went into the military, there were pool tables in the day rooms in some of the dorms that I stayed in. And so because I had never really played pool, I was kind of fascinated by the idea of it. And so I more or less taught myself. When nobody was around, I would play because I figured I was probably terrible since I had no experience. And so I taught myself. And what I noticed back then, way before I knew anything about being psychic, was that as I would bend over the pool table and be lining up the ball with the pocket that I wanted it to go into, there would be times when I would be really off and things would be terrible and it just wouldn't work at all. And then there would be other times whenever everything just seemed to fall together like magic. And what I noticed is there was a certain way that felt whenever I had my body lined up in the right place to actually shoot that cue ball. Everything just felt right. Everything felt like it was in alignment. It was comfortable intuitively. And when I made those shots went well. Even they could be the most challenging thing you had ever thought of, and they would just happen. But if I didn't wait until I found that position, if I didn't scoot around until my body was in that position that intuitively I just knew was right, then it wouldn't work out. So that's the only way I know how to describe this. Whatever you're doing, it doesn't have to be as mundane as playing pool. You could be making a big, huge business deal. I don't know, but you're doing something and you're paying attention to how it feels intuitively, and you're handling it in a way that you're taking care of business as it feels right. That's always a good thing. It always leads to success. Hey there, Ricky Jorgensen. Glad to see you. It's been a long time since I've played pool too, but that always stuck with me. I'd never had an experience like that before the pool thing. Anyway, let's move on to Taurus now. We're only 3 minutes into the video. Let's do Taurus's prediction for August 23rd, Thursday. Let's see what kind of card comes up for you guys. Okay, so Taurus, you guys have the Eight of Swords showing up in reverse. Eight of Swords in reverse is telling me that there was a situation where you were feeling paralyzed and stuck, like you really didn't know how you wanted to move forward. And what is happening is you have been able to look at that situation from a different perspective. And now you're seeing that it's not really that hard to move forward after all. There's a solution right there and it's easily doable. And so you were taking advantage of the liberation of knowing what you're going to do with that situation. It's a good thing. And I mean, taking advantage in a good way, fully utilizing the idea that there is a way to move forward. How about we say it like that? Melissa Reeve, hello, hello. Glad to see you here from the UK. Getting to be evening time where you are. Next on to Gemini for August the 23rd, Thursday. As I'm shuffling for Gemini, let me just announce if you guys would like to schedule a live reading, a recorded 1 or 2 question reading, or a Reiki session, or if you need help with some addiction relief, or if you're in the local area, if you want a house cleared, or if you'd like to do a psychic party, check out my website, find out about my services, and then get in touch with me and we'll get it scheduled and get you taken care of. All my contact information is on my website. My website is in the description box below, and it's www.amista.info. INFO. There is no .com as part of my website, just info. Okay, so amista.info. Gemini, let's pull your card, honeys. Okay, Geminis, you guys have the Queen of Cups showing up in reverse. This is telling me that somebody that you're interacting with on Thursday is going to be feeling very emotional. They've probably been repressing or holding back on something that's been irritating them for a while. And somebody's just going to put the last straw on that camel's back. And this person is going to blow like a volcano. Okay? Hopefully it's not you putting that straw on the camel's back. Otherwise, you may want to duck when that volcano goes off. You may want to duck if you're even witnessing this. But somebody is going to be having an emotional explosion in your sphere of influence on Thursday, Gemini. Okay, let's look at Cancer for Thursday, August the 24th. Cancers. Oh, you got a great card. You've got the Empress. This just tells me that you're creating what you want to create. You may be very literally working on a creative project. You may be creating a new business, creating a new book, creating a new sculpture. This could also be having a baby or somebody even in your family having a baby, Cancers. That's definitely creation coming into being. And generally, this is creating in a more feminine way, a more intuitive, more nurturing way. This is not getting out there and going and doing. This is creating in a more receptive, feminine energy. Okay? So that's for Cancers on Thursday. Next up, we have Leo. Leo. Happy birthday, Leos. This is the last day of your sun sign. Those of you who would like to schedule a live reading with me, get a hold of me today to get that scheduled and put on the calendar. You do get a 25% discount if you're a Leo and you get a hold of me today on a live reading. That's my way of saying happy birthday. After today, that will pass on to Virgos, but for right now, you guys still have it. Okay, Leo's card is the Great Bear in reverse. I really like this card. The experience isn't the easiest, most fun one, but I love the card. So this basically is saying, Leos, that there's going to be something that happens that it would be really easy for you to be insulted or offended by something somebody does. And instead of jumping on the person and pounding them down into the sidewalk and smacking them silly across the face, you decide that you're going to be gracious and you're going to let it go and you're not going to say anything. Now, the reason I like this card is because usually what happens when we do that, when we show grace and graciousness, is that later on what happens is when this card shows up, we find out something about that other person's experience at the time that this happened that was offensive or insulting. And we realize that we're really glad that we didn't make a big deal out of what happened. There could be something going on in that person's life that, not to justify what they did, but you can almost sort of kind of see how they could have ended up saying or doing what they did. And so you end up feeling good about not just making things worse for them by reacting in a bad way. Okay, so that's for Leos. There's nothing happy about that. I think there's something happy about that. First of all, I'm glad you were born. I'm glad to know you. Glad you're here. And second of all, you've made it on this planet 40 years. Not everybody gets that. That's a big woohoo as far as I'm concerned. Virgo, you're up next for August the 23rd, Thursday. Let's see what kind of cards you get. It's all in the perspective. Virgo, 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 Virgo. Okay, Virgos, you guys have the moon card. Now, in this deck, the moon card means a little bit something different to me than it means in any other deck. I don't know if you can see this or not, but trying to get up close to the camera. Maybe it'll focus. If maybe. See that card? There you go. See how this woman is looking at a mask? It's almost like she has a mask and she's taken it off and she's looking at the mask. Okay. So this card, Virgos, is talking about that mask that we wear for the public. You know, there is our true personality, and then there is the side of us that we show to the world because we feel like they can accept this part of me or that part of me, or if I act this way or if I look that way, then they can accept that part of me. You know, it all comes down to how we carry ourselves, the things that we do in public, you know. And so we're not really necessarily, a lot of us are not our truest truth. We're not our truest self out in public. And this really indicates you, Virgo, on Thursday looking at that mask that you wear for the public and really coming into that realization of, I'm not so sure I want to keep wearing this mask. What would be so terrible about people actually finding out about the real me? You know, I'm not perfect. What would be so terrible about people knowing that I'm not perfect? They're not perfect either. And so this is you really evaluating at least some part of that mask. And I think, Virgos, you're going to be deciding, you know what, I'm taking this part of the mask off. I'm going to allow the real me to be seen by the world. It's actually quite the brave thing to do this. But it's also quite the liberating thing to do this, because once the real world sees the real you, then that's what they expect. They expect the real you. And that's so much easier to deliver than this perfectly made up and pretend and fake mask that we wear all the time. So good for you, Virgos. Hey, yes, I'm glad to see you back. All right, let's look at Libra. Thank you for the thumbs up, whoever did that. I appreciate it. Let's look at Libra for Thursday, August the 24th. Okay, Libras. All right. What you guys have coming up is the Rebirth card. Now, for me, this talks about something that you had begun in the past, and it had kind of been put on the back burner, probably because it needed to be. Something else needed your attention more. I don't think this is something that you ever said, well, I'm never going to do that again. It's something that you knew you wanted to come back to at some point. You may not have known when. And you're coming back to whatever this is. You're bringing it back into activity in your life, bringing it back to life in your life again. Whatever this thing was that was on the back burner for a while because it needed to be, because you had other things you had to focus on. So something coming back because now you have time to focus on it again. All right, let's look at Scorpio next for Thursday, August the 24th. That's Friday. I keep saying Thursday. No. August the 23rd is what we're doing. Thursday, August the 23rd. Man, I'm not sure if I took my fish oil this morning. Maybe I should take some more. Scorpio for Thursday, August the 23rd. Oh, this is cute. This is the Four of Clubs. And this just talks about somebody coming into the nest or somebody coming back into the nest. So this can be bringing a new baby home from the hospital, or if you adopt a new baby, this could be bringing a baby home or a new little child. This can also be somebody coming back from vacation or from a business trip. This can also be a family gathering to celebrate something like a birthday or a first communion or a reunion, but somebody coming into the nest. This can even show up in a business context where maybe somebody who's been away from the office comes back, but somebody coming back into the nest. That is the theme of that card, and that's for Thursday for us Scorpios. That's interesting. I wonder if that's what I think it is. I guess we'll find out. Okay, so Sagittarius, August 23rd, Thursday for you. La da 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 da. All right, Sagittarius, you have the Two of Cups in reverse. This is just telling me that someone or something that you were at one point really enjoying, now you're not so sure you like them anymore. It's kind of the opposite of attraction. It's like instead of being attracted, you're being detracted isn't really the word, but it seems like it really fits being pushed away. It's like trying to put together two magnets when they're facing the wrong way and they're just forcing against each other. They don't want to do that. That's what you've got going on, Sagittarius. You don't want to hang out with that person you used to like so much, or you don't want to work on that project you used to think was so great. Okay. Next, we're on to Capricorn. Repelled. Thank you. That's the word. I knew somebody would have it. Thank you, Melissa. Okay, so now Capricorn for Thursday, August 23rd. Boy, if we had a few more signs, I would say every day of the week by the time we were done, I think, today. All right, Capricorn. What you guys have showing up here is the Chariot in reverse. When we have the Chariot in reverse, what's going on is that there's some kind of target or goal that you are trying to reach. This target or goal cannot be reached just by you alone, although it does take your hard work and effort and energy to get there. It also does take the cooperation or at least the encouragement of other people as well. When the Chariot's in reverse, this just tells me that you guys have run into some kind of obstacle with reaching that goal. When the Chariot comes up in reverse, I also feel like the obstacle is temporary. It's sort of inevitable that you are going to reach the goal, but probably not on Thursday. It's going to take a while. You've got some resistance you've got to work through before you get to where you want to be with that. Next, we're up to Aquarius. Aquarius for Thursday, August 23rd. Let's see what you guys have. All right, guys, you have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So this just means that something that you're thinking, maybe this is a good time, you may want to hold off on that. If you were wondering before you watch this video, I wonder if Thursday will be a good time for me to do whatever. This is that card that says, no, hold off, be patient, wait. Not yet. Not yet. It doesn't say not ever, but it does say not yet. Okay. So that's for Aquarius. Next, we are looking at Pisces for Thursday, August 23rd. All right, Pisces, what you have here is the Hierophant. Okay, so there's different levels of this coming in for different ones of you, but the Hierophant to me symbolizes some kind of commitment, like a big deal type of commitment. So obviously marriage is one of those, an employment commitment or a contract. Um, Even a lease contract would be a commitment. A contract to buy a home, that's a commitment. So we're looking at some kind of commitment coming in here for you Pisces on Thursday. And when I say it's coming in at different levels, I think some of you are seriously considering this heavy duty commitment. Others of you are entering into this heavy duty commitment on the 23rd. Okay, so definitely a lot of energy coming in around this big commitment, whether you're actually making it or whether you're just at a point of considering it or moving towards making it. Okay, so that's for Pisces. Thank you so much, everybody, for stopping by and hanging out with me. Thank you for all the thumbs up. To those of you who shared this video, thank you, thank you. Everybody have a fantastic, wonderful day, and I'll see you all the next time. Peace out.